Gina here from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome. It's Wednesday, January 29th, and we are here for January's scrapbook class. So when you guys pop on, say hello, tell me where you're coming from, tell me what you've been up to. I have been a busy little bee lately. I have been working hard in my craft room, creating away, and getting kits ready, so it has been busy. So I got lots coming up for you in the next month or so, and I still have stuff from January we're finishing up. So join me and we'll get going here. So first, I'm going to show you guys what I all have coming up while everyone's tuning in and popping up. Hello, Linda. Welcome from Canada. So like I said, I have lots to show you guys. So I'm going to start with, I just did, good morning, France, all the way from Canada again. Welcome. I did the Wildflower Birthdays workshop kit last week, Friday and Saturday. Kits are still available until this week, Saturday, which is February 1st. How the workshop kits work is you have to place a product order. So you have to order $72 worth of product. Now you need to either have the kit already or add the kit to that order. But on top of that kit, I will send you another kit that includes any cardstock pieces, die cuts, ribbon, gems to finish off all of your projects. And there's plenty left over when you're all done to create so much more. So with the kits, Stampin' Up! Gives you 6 different layouts to make, and I show you 6 alternative ideas, and then we make 5 cards. So you're making 6 scrapbook pages and 5 cards. That's a lot. And like I said, with these kits, there's so much more left over. So I'll flip this around and I'll show you what we created. Good morning, Diane from Georgia and Polly from North Carolina. So, like I said, you can get these kits till Saturday. So here are the 5 cards. I have so much to show you. I've got stacks everywhere. 5 cards that you'll make with this kit. Oops. And then here are my scrapbook layouts. So here's layout 1, 2, we got 3, and 4. So like I include these mats. I will send you ribbon, like this die cut heart is something that I send you. The stickers were part of the kit. Hello, Tina from Maryland. And here are the other 2 layouts. So reach out if you would like that. You do have to use my host code in order to get the kits from me. So that class was done already. So there is the recording of it, and tutorials will be coming. I just have to reorganize. Christine showed my cards off yesterday, so I'm just kind of putting them in piles quick here. So okay, Monday I did the morning create class. This class is available, and oh my goodness, the kit, workshop kit for February is going to be the Meant to Be, which coordinates with the Be My Valentine set. So I'm very excited to play with that. So kits for this class are available. It's $19, or as always, you can place an order. And when you place an order with me, you get the kits for free. Plus, if you place a $60 order, it's sale-a-bration, you get free items. Okay, so that's the morning create for January. Then we have Card Buffet, which is coming up this Saturday, and I will be live in the Hive and in person. So you have 2 options to do this. For those of you online, what you get to do with a Card Buffet, you get all 6 cards. And the cost is $32 plus shipping. For those of you who are going to join me in person, it works much like a regular buffet. You get to pick and choose what cards, how many cards you want to make of each. So when you're in person, there is a bonus that you can pick how many of each card you want to make and so on and so forth. A lot of times there are some people that like to do more than the 6 cards, and I can have those kits too available. So this class, depending, you know, anywhere from 3 to 6 cards, goes from 19 to 32, and then depending on how many cards you make, you can do an order and get them for free. So this is featuring all sale-a-bration items. So this was a stamp set. Good morning, Crystal, Angelique, DSP that you can get, DSP, this ribbon. The seagulls are a stamp set, and I will tell you, I wasn't in love with the seagulls, but I have seen so many adorable cards. This is DSP you can get, and this, when you spend $120, you can get the dies and the stamp set. And there's also, I don't know if you guys can tell because I use the light ones here, but there's packs of sequins that you can also get for free during sale-a-bration too. And how to get those for free is with a $60 order or more, you can pick out 1 sale-a-bration item for free. $120, you could pick out 2, or you could pick out this set, which comes with dies and a stamp set. So this is this weekend. Make sure you RSVP if you are attending in person or you want to do this online. Let's see, what's up next? Next will be February's technique class, and we're going to play with reversible stamps. So these cards are what we're going to be making with reversible stamps. So this class is $22 plus shipping. I believe it's February 5th for this class. And the meant to be workshop bundle kit will be the 14th, so Valentine's Day, and the 15th. And that is with a $65 order. So if you have that workshop kit, or you want to order that kit and a few extra things to go with that kit to get you to the 65, then I will send the kits with you, and then you'll be able to make the 6 layouts and 5 cards. And then we have February's scrapbook class, which is pretty much this layout, but I'm going to have to modify it a little bit. In the DSP pack for the wildflower birthdays, it came with all these little sticker things, and I made this for the Creative Escape. So we're just going to modify it a little bit. I think we'll cut out banner pieces to go on each side. I have enough cakes, I think, for everyone, because I had multiple kits, for everyone to have a cake, and then I will cut out balloons and send balloons for you guys out of cardstock. So this class is $26, and it's the end of February. And then we'll have Morning Create in February. So, but for today we're going to be doing the January scrapbook page, and I thought we would do a Valentine's layout. We have such beautiful, from the Hearts of Elegance, this beautiful marble paper and these hearts, and I just thought it was such a fun, pretty set. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Valentine's, let's say, layout. It can just be, you know, you and your grandkids, or you and a good friend, whatever. It doesn't have to be like you and your spouse, or, you know, modify this to meet whatever your picture's needs are. So you will need to have your own 12 by 12 white cardstock. And we're going to start off by making a bit of a mess, because I like to make a mess. Ask Christine. So here are our 2 white pieces, and we're going to start off. For those of you who've been stamping with me for a while, you know I am not a huge fan of white space. I don't know why. It's not my favorite thing. I see a card where they do a white card base and a white mat and then just have something simple on it, and I absolutely love it. I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. But there is something about when I am sitting there and designing, when there is a lot of white space, I feel like I need to fill it. So this is an option for you to do, but you definitely don't have to do it. So we're gonna sit, and I don't know if you guys can tell on screen or not, but you can see I've got little speckles here. So I took Pool Party, and we're gonna use a blending brush, blend some Pool Party background. We're gonna take our marker and flick, and then we're gonna bring in the enamel effects and do a little bit of gold in here too. So I gotta cover my workspace a little bit because we do make a mess, and I love making a mess. I feel artistic when I do that. Whether that means I truly am or not, I don't know, but you know. So our first page, I'm going to concentrate and putting Pool Party in the center. Good morning, Mary. And my ink pad probably has to have some re-inking done, so normally I would tell you dot, 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 and then swirl onto your page, but I need to re-ink mine, so I'm going directly onto my page. I was gonna re-ink this last night and completely so you can see I must have had an inky spot, and you can see the streaks in here, but I'm not too worried about that because we are going to be covering a lot of the space up with our hearts. So I don't need it to be perfect. Now, kits for this class will be available through Sunday. Sunday is February 2nd. So if you want kits, reach out. They're $26 plus shipping, or you can place an order. Okay, so this is our first sheet. Actually, I'm going to complete this one, and then we'll do the next one while this one dries. Now I'm going to take my Pool Party, my Stampin' Write marker. I've never done my blends. I do a lot of coloring with blends, so I don't want to wreck my brush tips, and I don't use my Stampin' Write markers a whole lot, so that's why I use my Stampin' Write markers. So I just take the tip of my marker and I flick it using the cap. So you can put on as little or as much as you want, okay? Then I'm going to take our enamel effects. So we have two different packages. We have one that has, I know it's like red, pearl, and is there a dark gray? And then this is the metals one. So we got gold, copper, and silver. And I'm gonna take the gold. And one thing that I've learned with these shapes in doing this is working with alcohol, rubbing alcohol works better than water when diluting these and wanting to spray, along with cleaning up. So I'm going to use my silicone mat, and then I'll use rubbing alcohol later to get it nice and clean. So you just saw I put a squirt over here on my silicone mat. I have an aqua painter. This one I use strictly with alcohol in it. So I think I have 90% at home, but you could use 70%. And what I found when adding water or alcohol to this, when you add water, it separates the two colors. So it almost takes the metallic and separates it from the color, where the alcohol doesn't do that as much. So that's why I use alcohol. And I'm just kind of, like I said, diluting this a little bit. I probably diluted a little too much, so I'm going to add more. Have many of you played with these enamel shapes? I shouldn't say shapes. Enamel effects is they're called. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Wink of Stella here because I don't have my bone folder here, and I am going to make a mess. We'll bring this over. And I'm just going to flick it on here. And it depends how much you dilute it with your alcohol. I made a mess all over my Wink of Stella, look at that. How runny and how thick it'll be. So I would start off with less alcohol and add more. So I'm going to set this aside. We're going to bring in our other white piece. We're going to sponge again, or use our blending brush with our Pool Party again. And I'm going to ink up more over this way. We have some strips we're going to put over here, so I want to see that blue over here more. And this is an optional step. You don't have to do this. If you like that white space, go for it. Just leave it white. But like I said, I have a hard time. I feel like I need to add something. I don't know why, but that's just how. Okay, so I've got my Pool Party on here. We'll set that aside. We'll use our marker and we'll flick away. And then we'll bring in our gold. There. So we've got that all done. And just like you would when you use any aqua painter, whether it's water or whatever, I'm going to push the alcohol through until it starts coming clear, and make sure my brush is nice and clean. Okay, brush looks good. Wipe off my mat a little bit, and then I'll come back and clean it. Oh, geez. Hey, guys, guess what? We have company. Say hello. I don't remember which kitty this is, but I can never tell them apart. I don't know why, but I turn around and here's a cat, and I wasn't expecting that. So he must have snuck in when Christine grabbed something. So you're going to say hello? Hello. Say good morning. Here he is. Huh? I'd pick him up and show you guys, but some of you may know or not, I'm allergic to cats, so I usually don't get to pet them and snuggle with them and do things like that because I'm allergic. So, and usually I can be around them, I just can't touch them. So if I were to touch them and then like touch my face, you'll start seeing me turn all red and I'll get bumpy and all that good stuff. So, okay, so we're going to bring in our first piece that we did. Like this. I think I could get rid of all of these. Julie, Wolf, good morning. You like how I corrected myself and said rubbing alcohol. Yeah, I did say alcohol, and you know, maybe some vodka would work. I don't know. What do we put in mimosas? Maybe some of that will work. But I'm not day drinking yet. Maybe later. Okay, so we have our pieces. We'll bring in all of our die cuts. So we have all of these hearts that are in. So this is the stamp set. This is Hearts of Elegance. Oops. We'll flip you guys over so you can see. So we got Hearts of Elegance, and we used a few of the stamps in here. The flowers I've actually already stamped, and I'll show you those in a moment. But it comes with all of these wonderful dies, and they're nice and big, which work really great for your scrapbook pages. So we incorporated all of these hearts. I think I used every single one of these in here, minus the 2 leaves. I didn't use the 2 leaves in this set, but I used every single one of these hearts in this page, or pages, I should say. I love that Stampin' Up! Is bringing in more dies that actually have, they're larger, so they work really great to fill in your space on your scrapbook layouts. Hello, Melanie, and good morning, Mary. Okay, I gotta grab my strips here. I didn't want to lose those this morning, so I chucked them in this over here. And I also brought in, this is the Vellum Gold Mercury paper, and I just love how well this coordinates with this suite. Okay, so first I have 2 pieces, 1 inch by 12 of the red two-tone, real red two-tone cardstock. And we're gonna take and put those on our ends. And my glue fell into my bin. How many of you are loving seeing more 12 by 12 cardstock available in all the different colors? I know that I am. I'm very excited that they have added more options and being able to buy a pack of a color versus, you know, a multi-pack. So you can really use the colors that are your favorites. And I may down the line, we'll see how this process goes, be able to start including 12 by 12 DSP or cardstock, and that is part of the kits. But I didn't because it would be so hard if I wanted to do a class it would be so hard to do a kit because, you know, when you ordered the neutrals pack and let's say you wanted pecan pie out of that and you have 12 people that want the, you know, the pecan pie kits, well, I'd have to buy 12 of those multi-packs, and what if I didn't use those other colors? So I love that we're able to start ordering separate colors for everything. Okay, so now we have a bunch of our hearts, and some I've embossed, some I've done with DSP. This one I use the embossed with the plaster embossing folder. So we're gonna put this up through here, like so. I should probably lay these out before I put them on here to make sure everything fits where I want it to fit. Mary and Margine, you are excited about this 12 by 12. I know, it's so exciting that they are offering this. Okay, so this is about how it goes. And then we are using This would be for 3x4 photos. So we're going to be bringing, I brought in black because I thought black gave a nice contrast to all of this. Okay, so we've got that down. We're going to start laying our first mat down, and then we'll work down the page. I hear kitties prancing around. So we'll just lay it on our heart like that. And then I think this one's going to go here. Anyone working on any scrapbooking right now? Taking up the winter blahs and spending time in your craft room. Are we organizing? Anyone reorganizing for the new year? I did a little bit of reorganizing, not a whole lot. I think I'll do more of that when we switch over the catalogs in April. Okay, so I'll lift this up a little bit. I'm gonna tuck this in right here. And when I use this vellum here, usually you can see your adhesive through your vellum. So I'm just gonna kind of put a few dabs of glue where I can see kind of the gold coming through. Mary, you're going to a retreat on February 6th for 3 days. Where are you going for a retreat? Someplace local, or are you traveling somewhere? Okay, and then we're going to put this heart over here. Hello, Beth. And we'll pop up over here. Speaking of organizing, you know, January sometimes seems to be the way after we put things away. Does anyone have any tips for how they store things or what they like to use? I was thinking about actually giving you guys a little bit of a tour of my space one of these times and kind of just show you some of the things that I do to organize. I always feel I enjoy watching how people organize just because you never know what might work in your space, and some of us have bigger spaces and some of us have smaller spaces, and I've worked in all of the above. I worked in our apartment where I had just a little tiny corner in the living room that I would work from, and I've had, you know, my dining room in my old house, and now I actually have a room in our new house. Okay, so you have a little label here, and we're gonna bring in Hugs and Kisses here, little XOXO. Good morning, Kathy, welcome. Carissa, you're reorganizing and putting all of your stamps and dies into envelopes versus the thick cases to save space. That is a really good idea. What kind of envelopes are you using? Did you get something on Amazon? Are they, you know, like plastic envelopes like our dies come in, or what are you using? Okay, so I brought in some I want red. I'm trying to do opposite on my pages, and I grabbed melon, but we're going to use real red on this page and melon mambo on the next page, I think. And Mary, yours is in Worthington, Minnesota. It's a Galentine's theme. Oh, and you still need this kit. Okay, well, send me a message, Mary. And Lisa, I am looking for a reasonably priced printer to print out photos. Any suggestions? I usually go to Walgreens and just print my photos, but does anyone out there have any suggestions on what they use for a personal photo printer? I would love to know that too, because maybe I would print more photos if it was, I guess, more handy for me to do that. So I would love to hear that myself. Does anyone do that? Okay, so I cut out some leaves here. This is Pool Party. This is from Friends for Life. So I got this little leaf here, and I'm gonna just pop up one of the ends because you don't see a whole lot of it. So we'll tuck that in like that, and then we'll add our label. Oops. Darn commercials. Trish says, hi Lisa. Not sure how reasonable this is, but I love the Epson 3850 Echo Tank. I print out lots of tutorials, and this has only needed one refill so far. I probably had it for 6 to 8 months. Is that the one? I see it all the time. I don't know, Trisha, if you go to Costco, but is that the one they sell at Costco? Just curious if anyone knows that. Because I've been looking at possibly getting a new printer down the line. I wonder if that's the same one Chris has. Chris has one too. 3850. Hers is 4850. Oops, I got to take my label. So on one side of my label, I'm going to add a double layer of dimensionals because I have the heart popped up already and nothing over here. So to make it level, now it's level, okay? That's that. I love hearing your conversations about this because I think we can all help each other in this department, and it's so fun to hear what other people use and do to make it easier on them as far as crafting goes. Oops, I slid one of my flowers over. So we took that other printed flower, and I'm going to put a dimensional on the back. You see it a little bit, but not too much, so it's up to you if you want to add a dimensional, but I really feel like the gold hides the dimensional a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to take our leaf here. This is out of the Mercury. I love this little leaf out of this set. And Carissa says she has an Epson Picture Mate. You haven't used it yet, but want to start scrapbooking my zoo aquarium adventures. Carissa, I think we need to get together and do some scrapbooking. So I'm going to lay that like so. And then we have another one of these leaves, and of course I'm adding a little wink of Stella on them. And I will pop it up this time. We're going to add 2 of these. And if you don't ever have, you know, sometimes these bigger dimensionals are just a little too big. And if you don't have the mini ones, just cut your big dimensionals down. And they will be perfect for this. Like this. And then we have another leaf we're going to add. Going the opposite direction. Oh, I totally get it, Carissa, feeling overwhelmed with scrapbooking. And and where do you begin? You know, we all have photos, especially now that we have phones. We have thousands of photos, right? Because our cameras are with us all the time. So we all have a ton of photos. And I always say the biggest thing is find one, you know, one event, one thing that you know you want to scrapbook. And if one thing that appears to you, whether it's your photos or a stamp set, like you're talking about the zoo. Well, we have the otter set, and the otter set would be perfect to do zoo pictures with. I don't know how many pictures of otters I have, but I do because they're so cute and adorable. Okay, so I put my 2 leaves down. Now I pre-stamped, and I die cut these already. You'll just get a piece of white paper in this kit, and if you don't have this particular set, you can always use another floral set, okay? I'm gonna glue one down and pop another one up. But going back to our photos here, it's very much, oops, I forgot thread. I get talking and then I forget to do things. Just find something that you really love, and even if it's only a few pictures, take those pictures and start putting them on the paper. And then start thinking about pulling out your elements. So what I do is I take my photos or I take my mats and I lay my mats out or my photos however I want on a page. And that's kind of how I get started with all of this. I'm gonna put a piece of tear tape here, and then I start pulling in my dies. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't cut any hearts. I didn't do any of that, but I took the dies and I just kind of laid them out. And then eventually I was starting to pull colors out. So I was taking, I knew that I was going to use this DSP. So I pulled out reds and pinks, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to do stripes here. And I'm going to lay all these hearts out like this. And then, you know, I just start bringing in the different elements. And that's kind of how I work. That's what works for me. We all have a different way of doing things and approaching it, but I find that that's the easiest way to do things. Okay, so now you're seeing I wrapped it around my hands a couple times, and what I do then is once I've wrapped it, I kind of twist it into a figure 8, and I lay it down on my paper like that. Okay, so now I can take my flowers and glue them on. If you start pulling out all of your photos and looking at them, I feel like that is overwhelming and it might discourage you. So just find a few pictures and start with the most current. That's also what I do, is I take the most current photos and I kind of work my way backwards when I start pulling things out. So here is our first page. The only thing that we're gonna have that I didn't bring with me today, but we have these gold hearts, and I would add those. So you'll have those in your kit, but I'm also gonna take those enamel effects and I'm gonna put a center in each one of my flowers. So what's nice about these is these can act like a pearl, a shape. You could shape it into a heart. You could do whatever you want with these. And then we'll set this aside and let them dry. So you get that cool little, so it's like a gold pearl in the center. So how cool is that? So our first page is done. I'll set that aside. Let's see, I'll go through these comments a little bit, see what else, what everybody else is saying. Let's see, Mary, my daughter says to just stay current. Absolutely, I totally agree with you with that. You know, we get, especially those of us who have kids, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at my daughter going, she's 16 and I have random pages, but I don't have like full pages, and she's going to be graduating next year. And I'm like, oh gosh, where do I start? Well, I'll start with my current stuff and I'll work my way backwards. And you know, sometimes you just go with wherever inspiration takes you. If you get excited about a photo, I say go with that and run with it. Okay, so our next page, this is all dry now. So I have another piece of DSP. You could use either side. I'm going to use the solid side and a piece of that mercury tape, vellum. And we're going to adhere this to one edge of our paper here. And then I'm looking at your comment, Kathy. You just bought and set up a Canon Pixma, and it's a wireless all-in-one printer. It can print from 3.5 by 3.5 up to 12 by 12 and 11 by 17. And the ink coloring is to last 30 to 100 years. Interesting. I love hearing all of this, you guys. Like I said, we inspire each other, and that is what I love about stamping, crafting, is that we all inspire each other, and we all use different products, and it's good to hear what works for some people and what works for others. Okay, so we have our strip here, and we'll glue this on our edge. Okay, so there's that. And this one we're going to do a 4x6 photo and a 4x4. And I'm going to put this one slightly over this way. This one's going to go here. I'm going to bring in my little baggie of goodies here. We've got a Melon Mambo. So I've used Melon Mambo and Real Red and Gold pretty much as my colors to go with this set. And bringing in hints of Pool Party. And then Sending Love dies has little cutouts for little itty bitty hearts here. So we're gonna add some of these hearts in here. And then you also get this piece here from the Sending Love dies, and it makes this adorable little envelope. So we're gonna kind of put these pieces together. And so you're gonna take these two pieces and fold them in. And then I'm gonna put a glue dot or two. So you're going to fold these two ends in. You have the pointed edge, which looks like the top of an envelope, right? And you're going to take this bottom edge, and it's all scored for you with the die. So you're going to fold this piece up. We're going to leave the flap open of our envelope. We'll stamp this in Real Red. And we're going to stamp Love You. And I love how big and bold this Love You is. Now, one hint, when I first looked at this, I'm like, I don't know if you guys can tell on screen, but it looks like the U goes up and it's crooked. So what you want to do is make sure that when you stamp this set, that your U is stamped straight, because your love is to be curved. So I looked at the front of this, and you see the U is straight here and your love is a little more crooked. At least maybe that's just the way my stamp came, but when I first stamped it, I was like, this looks all crooked. So just know that if you place your U so that it's straight, your love will follow suit. Okay, so we've got love you. Oh, I smudged it. That's okay. It'll be okay. Okay. So now we can start putting our pieces together. Once again, I stamped 2 flowers. Now what I did on the other page, I used Melon Mambo. This page, I used the Melon Mambo because I had a red heart. On this page, we have the Melon Mambo heart, so I used the real red. And what I did is I stamped 1 full strength and 1 second strength, okay? So now we will lay our mats down. This was such a fun, I will say it was a fun set to put together. I don't know if it was the colors or what, but I really loved making this layout. And remember not to waste your dimensionals here on the edge. You can cut those apart and have a whole lot more in dimensionals. Kathy, you've done books for both your boys and your nieces and godson and nephew, and I need to finish my youngest, who's 38, and he still reminds me, LOL. That is too funny. That would be my kids too. Mom, you did so-and-so's, but you didn't do mine yet. It's funny how they never forget those things. Gotta be fair, right? That was, here's a funny story for you guys. My youngest is 14, and back at Christmas time, my daughter mentioned that he has a girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, okay. He hasn't said anything to Mom. And she's like, well, don't tell him I told you. You know, we had one of those talks. And so we're going to just slide this in. I'm going to tilt it slightly to the left, because I never like things always straight on. So slightly crooked there. We're going to tuck our heart in here like so. So, and I just kind of let it be to see if he would, you know, say something to Mom. And nothing was being said. And then my husband said he had picked him up. I don't remember where he picked him up from, but that our son had mentioned that, well, you know, Mom or Dad, Bella and Logan both started dating at 14, so I feel like I should be able to date too. And he goes, okay, well, do you have a girlfriend already? And he's like, well, yeah. But, you know, that whole fairness thing is kind of funny, you know, how they, you know, well, so-and-so got to do this at that age, or vice versa. Or I hear from my oldest, you never let me do that, but you let Landon do that. So it is funny how we all do that. Even when we're older and we're all growing up, we still like to point out to our moms that, oh, you let so-and-so do this or that. And so, yeah. So here's our label here. We'll put that there. Actually, I probably should have put my leaf down first. We're going to put our leaf down. Then we'll put our label on. And once again, this goes really nice on the side of your heart. His senior year is a pocket album, and it's not scrapped yet. It will be someday, right, Kathy? Okay, so now we've got our label on, we've got our leaf on, and now we're just gonna start tucking in our flowers. And we have another pool party leaf here. I got dimensionals everywhere. Okay, this one wants to go on the paper, so we're gonna go with it. And I wanted to put this label on so bad, but I forgot to put my thread on, so you might want to put your thread on first. Talking in Scrapbook, it might not be my my full-time job here. Doing both things at the same time might be hard. Okay, so I put a small piece of chair tape down, and we're gonna do like we did on the other page. We're gonna take our linen thread here, our gold. I love this thread, I've used it so much. Wrap it around, and then I'm gonna make that figure 8. You don't have to do that, but that's what I've been doing lately. Which way do I want this to go? Like this. I'm gonna snip my ends a little bit. So it looks like a hot mess kind of when you put it on there, but once you cover it with your flowers and stuff, it looks great. So like here are 2 flowers. Like that, and pop up our second one here. And I will add our centers. Okay, so now we have 2 hearts over here. And we're just gonna off-center them like that. And I'm gonna pop both of them up. That, and then we're going to bring in our envelope and pop that up. I just love this little envelope. It's so cute. Like that, and then I have cut out all these little tiny hearts in Melon Mambo and in Real Red, and I actually cut out some gold ones because I saw yesterday when I was placing my order that the gold gems that are heart-shaped are on back order right now. So take note of that. And I'll just use my glue dots, and there'll be hearts just fluttering out of our little envelope here. And we'll put a gold one right here in the front. So there'll be red and Melon Mambo and gold hearts for you in this kit. And you're just layering them up. I really should have my little pen here to help me glue all these down. Okay, and then you can take the gold enamel or the metallic hearts here and just place them all throughout the rest of your page to finish up. So there we go. We've created 2 layouts. I'll bring in these 2 because they're dry so I don't accidentally set something on them and crush them. So here are our 2 layouts today. And I don't know, I really was happy with how these layouts turned out. You never know when you're gonna start how they're gonna turn out. And I really liked the colors and I loved all the different hearts. And I'm excited to play with the Meant to Be set because in there, there's some hexagons. So we'll make a little hive going on in there. So this kit is available until Sunday the 2nd. Cost is $26, or you can place an order with me and get it for free. You do need to have your 12 by 12 white cardstock, but I send you all of the other pieces, the thread, the die cut pieces, and things like that. So that is what I have for you guys today. And like I said, I have a whole bunch of classes coming up. I'll go through them real quick again. Let me just set all this stuff aside so I don't make a mess over here. So we've got Card Buffet this weekend. Those of you online, you'll get to make all 6 cards. Those of you in person, you get to pick and choose like a buffet, how many and what you want of each. Here we go. This is all using sale-a-bration items. Sale-a-bration items you can earn for free with an order. So we've got stamp sets, DSP, dies. This one comes with a die and a stamp set if you spend $120. The rest, you can get these papers, stamp sets, all with a $60 purchase. So that is this Saturday. So make sure you get in on this. Technique class will be using reversible stamps. This is February 2nd. Reach out if you would like kits for this one. Let's see, February's scrapbook pages will be these 2 layouts right here. Like I said, I do have to modify a little bit because these came in the DSP packs. But we'll make some banners with that, and I'll cut out some balloons for you guys to make your own bouquet. So that's the end of February. Today's kit's available. Oh, let's see. What else do I have? I feel like I have one more. Oh, I do. Right here. Here's one more card kit. This was the Morning Create class. This one is $19 or free with an order. And then I have the Wildflower Birthday Workshop Kit. And we have 6 alternative layouts and 5 cards with this kit. So here's our 6 alternative layouts. Now these are different layouts than what Stampin' Up! Puts in the kit, I should say, or how they want you to use the kit, but there's alternative ways to use the kit. So there's that, and here are our 5 cards. This one is a product-based order though. It's a $72 order, so you either need to include this kit in your order or add it. If you have it already, you can just add other products to your order. And then included with that, you'll get the kit, but then I also include an additional kit that comes with ribbon, it comes with gems, extra cardstock, die cut pieces, embossed pieces, all sorts of things like that, the extra that goes with that kit to make all of these projects. So lots coming up. I'm super excited. We are almost halfway through Sale-a-bration. Sale-a-bration ends the end of February. One thing, if you guys could do, I would really appreciate it, is if you share my videos. That's how I grow. When I grow, I have the opportunity to keep bringing you more and more. And the other thing is go to my Facebook page. My Facebook page is Glitter and Ink with Gina. Make sure you're following me there. That is where I keep everything updated. As of right now, that's kind of my platform. So that's what I use. As always, you guys can always email me, call me if you have any questions. This is the current host code. One other thing for all of you placing orders with me during Sale-a-bration, your names are all going to go in a hat, and we're going to do some prizes at the end of Sale-a-bration because yay, why not? Also, I would love for you guys to join my team. If you have thought about it and thought, well, I'm not sure I want to do this as a business, that's okay. You can be a discount shopper. Who doesn't love to be a discount shopper, right? So you can earn a discount on the product that you order. Or maybe you do want to do this and meet up with a few friends once a month and make this your you time, and in the meantime you make a little side business. So I would love to have you guys join my team. During Sale-a-bration, they're offering a really great special. Normally our intro kit is you order $125 worth of product, whatever you want, for $99. But during Sale-a-bration, you have two other options that you can add to your kit, all for $99. So you're going to order $125 worth of product for $99. Plus, you have the option of picking out 2 marker sets. Those are each valued at $35. Plus, there is a stamp set, and I would say stamp sets are roughly $18 to $20. So you can pick that as your option. The second option they give you is still order the $125 for $99 and pick out an additional $30 worth of product. Personal preference, I've had some people here have ordered and done the markers in the stamp set, and some people have felt, I'm not going to use the markers. I don't want the markers. And that's okay. Then you can pick out $30 more worth of product that you know you will use and want. So I would love for you guys to join my team. I have some goals here that I'm trying to move up to the next level here. So I'm trying to achieve Silver Elite. So I would love for you guys to join my team. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate you guys stamping, and I love all the feedback that we had. Hopefully one of those printers will be some good ideas for photo printing for one of you. And maybe I will just do a Facebook post or video one of these days and just kind of walk you around some of my storage ideas for my craft rooms. So anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. It's a nice sunny day. I think we're going to have a heat wave of about 30 today. That sure beats negative 30. So I will see you guys Saturday morning. I'll be here bright and early, so bring your coffee, your hot cocoa, Diet Coke, whatever. I'll be here live at 8 o'clock with the card buffet, and then we'll be live in the Hive here doing it in person. So until then, I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you on Saturday. Thanks, guys.